Morning, everybody. I'm in the Duramax right now, and I'm pulling a seed tender we got from our Pioneer seed salesman. He sold us some seed beans. Well, not really. We're not growing seed beans for him, but they're soybean seeds. But we got a tender of them. We got about 80 units. We got enough for 70 acres or so. But I got that 32-acre field that Grandpa sprayed yesterday while I was mowing hay. I'm going to take my planter up there and get it planted. The other piece of CRP down in Benjamin, I don't know if we'll get it planted today. I'm at least probably going to take my planter over there and start. The bottom in that field is bad. It's rough. Grandpa disked it last fall. He said it's got more weeds in it now than it did then. So working it really didn't help. It gets wet down there. So we got a lot of reach canary grass down in there. But we're going to take the disc up there, disc it down probably a couple times, and I'm going to hair it, and we'll get it planted. And that'll probably be towards the end of this week because we got to bale hay tomorrow and get that what I mowed yesterday, get it all cleaned up, and have the farm looking all nice for the 4th of July, which is coming up here pretty soon. So that's pretty well the plan today. I should get this 32 acres planted unless I have a catastrophic breakdown, which let's hope we don't, but nothing's for certain. But of course, knock on wood, that planter's done pretty dang good and ain't missed a beat yet. So we did have to put a new bearing on it the other day and put a new hose, but those are just normal things. Hoses, that happens. It was a new hose, but they didn't get the end crimped on it very good, so it was leaking on the end. So we got it cut off and put a new end on it, and now it's working just fine. The bearing, we got a new one put on, and it's working good now too. So that planter is good to go. Hoping we buy this thing. It's a good planter, but just have to see what the old banker lady says, whether it's a good idea. Any idea is a good idea till it isn't, but we'll just have to see what happens. Well, we got the truck moved up here to the 32 acres up here on the King Farm, I think is what they used to call it. But I got the truck here with the tender, got the tractor, and right now with my planter behind it, I'm going to fill it up, and I'm going to get the planting. I think Grandpa is going to try to spray while he can. The way it sounds, it's going to get windy here after dinner, so he's going to spray this morning, get as much of that done as he can, and start planting this afternoon. Maybe we can get a good chunk of that other field done, and we may go try to help my Grandpa Bronstein haul hay that way he can get done. He has to have hip surgery at the end of this week, so get all the bales moved in, that way he ain't got nothing to worry about, which really, if he has the surgery, when he does, I can honestly haul it myself. I can drive the truck. I've been doing it since I was 10 years old. Yeah, because that was definitely legal, me running on the highway up down in a 2-ton truck with I don't know how many pounds of bales on there. But yeah, I can drive the truck, and it ain't hard to load and unload. I've been doing it for years, so I can handle it if you want me to. It's a lot easier with 2 people, somebody to load and somebody move the truck around. When you get back, one of you jump out, unload, and you drive back. It's pretty simple. If it works, it works. But I'm gonna focus on getting beans planted today. So we got the planter filled, and I'm up here planting, and I'm just gonna say this is not stuff to be planting in. It's hard to see your mark. I honestly can't see my mark now, but I'm trying to get my rows straightened out because you kind of gotta watch what you're doing around that fence row, so I had a few curves in it. And I have a piece of iron, as you can tell in this planter, that sticks out about 8 inches more than the planter plants, so you kind of gotta watch those. But yeah, you gotta watch what you're doing. Try and get my rows straight, that way I can just go back and forth, just keep them straight. But I'm gonna stop up the truck here, get my lunchbox and my actual camera. I'm filming this with my phone right now. You'll be able to tell the difference in the quality of the video because the camera has a little more high definition, I guess you call it. It's a legit camera, but ain't no GoPro. I can't afford that stuff. I ain't spend $300 on a little camera when I got a free camera I got from my mom. I know you may laugh, but it works. And I actually do like it. It's easy to use. And it came I already got the camera. I got a video camera, which don't work as well, because you kind of notice in some of my videos they got a little bit of a shutter to the quality. Yeah, that's that thing. I don't know why it does that. It's kind of weird, but also got a tripod I can set stuff on. I use that for my time lapses, as you see in the previous video, but it works. I ain't spending $300 or $400 on a little camera that I probably end up losing. So getting this planted, as I said, it's not ideal to plant in, but it's down to the point we need to get them planted. It's halfway through June and we ain't done. So I got this, and I got the other piece of CRP, a little patch right by D-Wet, and we're done. But I'll get this done today. We'll probably start down in Benjamin. I don't know if he's spraying or not. I think so. The wind ain't really picked up yet, so get it done while I can. But I guess I'll keep on planting. Yeah, still planting. Got all mandrows on, working on the back and forth now. Just talked to Grandpa, and he said get this field planted. He's gonna go check some things and plant some of those beans over by the D-Wet farm. When we get done with all this, we're gonna shut the planting down and go help Grandpa Bronstein move hay, so that we can get that out of the way and everything's done and over with. We got one bare spot that plants pretty nice. The whole field's like this. I wouldn't have no problem planting it at all. Closer. The highway is right there, so I think we're halfway there. So it's starting to get to the point where there's a lot of waterways, so there's a lot of flipping my point row switch right there, lifting up, turning around. When you get to that part, it's time consuming. Field. I already know that when spring harvest comes, these are going to be some of the worst looking rows you've ever seen, because I have learned what I've already known. You cannot plant this crap. You lose your marker mark all the time, then you can't even hardly tell where you've already planted, because between his sprayer tracks and the weeds just pop right back up when you run over them. It's just, you cannot plant this crap. Now, if the whole field was thin like this is, that you could do, but where there's weeds, mare's tail and all that crap, you can't do nothing. About back up to the truck here. I think I'm going to fold the planter up, take it back to the D-Wet farm. I won't pull it in the shed because we ain't got room in the shed right now. We need to move some things around, but park it out back in the shade, then we'll come back and get the truck and seed tender, and then I think we're going to head down south and move some hay. just have to see what happens.